Hello Keith, I was going to go over some things we found on your transmission out of your Ford dually pickup. This is what it looks like when it's all apart. So basically that's what it looks like apart. The torque converter obviously it failed. You can see how it's scored up. The camera may have a tough time picking it up, but this gear here is actually very scored up. And the same thing with the pump. The pump is no good. If we look at the bushing, you can see how scored up the bushing is. And you can see the metal that's impregnated in the bushing. So that metal is going to have come out of the torque converter. So this pump is no good because of the converter, not because of the pump. When we look at some of the other things, if we look at a clutch, so this is a steel plate and here's a fiber plate or a clutch disc. You can see how it's a uniform color here and the steel plate is a nice color all the way across, nice and shiny like that. When we look at some of the clutches, they don't look like that. So you can see how burnt, this is the intermediate clutch comes on for second gear, so it's burnt. You can see this has gotten hot as well, but you can see the leopard spotting on the steel disc there from the slippage. This is the forward clutch and it has some black lines here as well, and you can see the leopard spotting on the steel disc, and that means that this clutch has been slipping a little bit as well. This race, the camera may not pick it up very well, but the race should be nice and smooth and an even color. You can see these dark areas. That's going to be from the roller clutch chattering on the race. The roller clutch is going to be this piece right here, and they have these rollers and there's a cam, so when that piece is on there, it's basically going to turn one way and lock the other. So it's basically in there like this. I can get it in there, of course. I guess that's easier said than done with one hand, but you can even see that I can't turn it that way when it's partly on, and that's because this way I can turn it easily, this way I can't. And that's the one-way clutch. So this one-way clutch is going to be no good as well. Our low reverse clutch, which comes on for reverse and manual low holdback coming down a hill, it's been overheated as well. It hasn't slipped really bad, but it's definitely discolored. This is the overrun clutch. It looks okay. You can see uniform color here, and the steel plate looks fine as well. This is the overdrive clutch. A little bit of discoloring, but not too bad, but you can see the steel plates look fine. When we look at the center support, this is bolted up inside the transmission, and the wear here, so right where my finger is, that's the aluminum has been worn away where it's contacting the case itself, so it just sits on top of these posts. And what happens is there's such a small contact point that basically it wears away the aluminum. It really should look like that on this surface here. So what we do there is we machine off this area here so that we can put a snap ring in that location, and the snap ring contacts all the way around here and eliminates that problem. That can be partially responsible for this forward clutch going bad, and so it's something we do on all the reconditions. The camera is not likely to pick up this, but this is the sprag for the intermediate sprag. It's a one-way clutch as well, and the elements have worn a flat, and it's just in the unit itself has got a lot of wear. We usually allow a 32nd of an inch as far as the how flat that piece is, and this one's basically at that mark. So if we don't do anything about it and it wears some more, the sprag has a chance of failing. So we're going to be replacing that sprag as well. The center support, or the overdrive clutch hub, the snap ring that's inside here, so the snap ring, you can see the edge of the snap ring there, that holds this ring down, and then when the overdrive clutch comes on, this piston comes out and that spring helps push it back in. This transmission is known to have an issue with this snap ring actually popping out of the groove. You can see there's a groove to actually hold it in there. And so what we do there is we take that snap ring out, throw it away, and we put a snap ring that is actually going to wrap all the way around on itself twice, so it locks itself into place and pretty much eliminates that problem. So that's another thing that we'll end up doing as well. We talked about the solenoid pack. The solenoid pack is going to have to be changed because we didn't like the way that it checked. And of course the pump is no good, the torque converter is no good, and the things that I just showed you. So Eric or Amanda will contact you with a cost estimate on the different repairs, and now you know what we found inside. Thanks.